Hi everyone,
and happy holidays, everybody.
hope you're all doing well.
Welcome back to the very special Christmas edition of Sailing Southern Promise.
This second Christmas episode will take us from the eastern end of Lake Vättern, head into Göta Kanal at Sjötorp, and we will end this episode in Lake Vättern. Hope you enjoyed the show.
This is the start point for our Göta Kanal adventure.
Kör vi. Snart uppe.
Snart uppe, ja.
Fulla luckor. Vi är inte bemannade på varenda ställe och alla är fast lite längre upp.
Okej.
Med mängder av båtar.
Då klackar en båtlapp ner på sig och kan vi då man kommer in.
We got our Göta Kanal ticket here in the office. We also bought a Göta Kanal pennant. Lake Vättern is down there.
The Göta Kanal pennant.
We have waited the 1 hour and enter lock 2 after this boat has left.
Ja!
This is our first double lock. And the crew walk the bowline to the next lock.
Du kan nog börja lite på nytt. Ja, exakt. Ja, bra. Nej, jag har den där. Snart helt den där.
And we have taken lock number 1 and lock number 2 and 3 and the swing bridge. Now we are going to the bridge and lock 4 and 5. And then it is lock 6 and then it is 7 and 8. The crew has time to chat with the lockkeeper while the boat ascends.
Sådär, magic.
In the next lock there are boats locking down, so we will have to wait until they are down and out of the lock.
Så man får lite variation, man byter lite. Det är roligt.
That was Sjötorp lock number 8.
Yeah, last lock for today. It has taken us
5 hours.
5 hours. They are short-staffed still. They are fully staffed from late June and July. When being short-staffed, the lock keepers have to drive from lock to lock to operate it. We have 2 more bridges, one road bridge and one railroad bridge, before we are going to into Lyrestad, where we will dock for the day.
We have been out cruising for some weeks now, time for some laundry. In many of the Göta Kanal marinas there are washing machines. And there is one here in Lyrestad. I think one machine is finished. Just have to wait for the dryer. Yes, hope the dryer is finished now. While I'm doing the laundry, the concert on Lyrestad Day has started. All boats have left, and so do we. We start the leg today by passing a couple of bridges. Later there will be lots of locks. Here we pass the 300-meter mark for the first lock. The lock is closed, so we will dock here at the waiting dock.
Her kommer bilen, slusevakten.
Greit, da kan jeg ta av den igjen, og så kan jeg bare ta det andre tauet til gå.
Ja. Si fra når jeg har en 1,5–2 meter igjen. Okay.
The crew gets ready to jump ashore.
Okay. Så jeg vil hoppe bakover. Skal jeg stoppe? Jeg stopper jeg. A pit stop in Norrkvarn for an ice cream.
They have built a miniature canal here, really fine. We are soon approaching the third block for today. We have already been through Norrkvarn, Lower and Upper, had ice cream at Norrkvarn, and are now approaching Godhögen Slussar. The crew jumps ashore.
Blåser over I sida. Vinden tar oss. Ja.
The crew have a chat with the lockkeeper today as well.
Hold baugen, ikke la den drive av. vintertreet her, se om det gir seg litt. Ja, bare ta det, vi får se hvordan det går. Ta den blå. Ok. Klar? Nei. Vinden tar meg. Jeg kommer ikke ut. Hvis du kan gå og følge med bak. Ja. Nå klarer jeg det. Nå er klar. Hvordan går det med styrbord hekk? Kan jeg svinge? Ok.
We may not pass this pole until the lockkeeper signals that you are free to enter. And now the lock is ready for us.
Da går jeg inn. Ok, her går vi.
The skipper wants to know what these marks means, and it is for the large boats like Diana. in some of the locks it is crowded. King Oscar inaugurated the west part of Göta Kanal in 1822, and he then named Sjötorp Lower Lock Krigsmakten, the armed forces. Krigsberg was named Baltzar Bolkislavs von Platen. The lock staircase Godhögen, Riksberg, Sjötorp lifts us 22.7 meters. I need a glass of water after all this running.
It has been quite a laborious day. We've been through 11 locks.
11 locks, yes.
Yes, there has been single locks, double locks, triple locks. It has been blowing hard from our starboard side, pushing us into the lock walls. One of the locks we had great problems getting out of because of the hard wind. We are now almost at the highest level. We are missing one single lock to be at the highest level. I think it will lift us something like 20 centimeters, 8 inches, to be at the highest level. Today's goal will be Töreboda, where we will dock maybe spend a day or two there before heading on.
The next day, the Bellevue starts off her cruise down to Sjötorp. But first, she has to turn around.
In episode 6 this season, we showed you, we had made the new Ocean Alexander 50 signs, decals, I'm not sure what the correct name is for it. And on one side we mounted them flush. This is the port side, starboard side, we mounted them standoff. One of our viewers thought that the standoff was the best, and we agree. So we'll mount this standoff. We put some nuts between the sign itself and the ship side. So first I'll start off by unscrewing the screws holding it flush right now. Yeah, and we also got a comment that we should put some caulking in there to avoid water seeping in at the screw holes. So we'll do that too. All screws in, and next is add the standoff nuts. The screws are 4mm and the nuts are 5mm. I don't screw them on, that's the reason I use 5mm. They just stand off to make the sign stand off from the whole side. So. Then a dab of caulking on each screw. one standoff mount sign. Ocean Alexander 50.
There is a lot of boats here today. The marina is full.
We have seen a lot of these nest boxes along the canal. The nest boxes are locally crafted here at Töreboda and mounted on trees along the canal.
And we will go for a walk. Maybe we will see the famous Lina, earlier called the world's smallest cable ferry, now Sweden's smallest.
We have seen numerous of line ferries in Sweden, and this is by far the smallest one, the shortest ride. It's I guess 15-20 meters across. And it's hand operated. The captain pulls the ferry by hand. There you go.
And on our last night here in Töreboda, Wilhelmshamn comes by on its way to Stockholm.
On leaving Töreboda, there are two bridges that need to be lifted. The first one is a road bridge. It opens every hour and half hour.
This dock is occupied. We will try at the end.
So we're waiting now. It will open in just a few minutes. There are two boats, probably the bridge operator will let through this way before we are able to head on. And just shortly after, there's a railroad bridge that also needs to be opened to let us through. We are now approaching the line ferry Linan. We tested the other day. They have lowered the cable into the canal bottom so we can cross through. It looks like there are no ferry captains, ferry operators today.
The crew will take some footage of the boat from the footpath on the side of the canal. So we stop in Jonsboda and lower one of the bikes. Ready to go.
Da venter jeg litt med å starte opp. Ja.
Along the canal there are milestones. We have not been able to find out what they measure. If you know, please let us know in the comments below. There are lots of other boats here, so we will dock at the side of the cafe. And then the Swedish midsummer celebration starts.
Fagra blomsterängar och åkerns ärtlisar, till rika örtesängar och lundens gröna träd ska oss påminna Guds rikedom, att vid en nåd besinna som räcker året om. Tack så mycket!
Hej! Glad midsommar! Vi ska sjunga nationalsången. Vi ställer oss upp och sjunger den svenska melodi. Du gamla, du fria, du fjällhöga nord, du tysta, du glädjerika sjöarna. Jag hälsar dig vänaste land på jord, din sol, din himmel, dina ängder gröna. Din sol, din himmel, dina ängder gröna. Hurra, 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 hurra! Får se. Ja, bra. Oj! Vi är musikanter alltid från Skaraborg. Vi är musikanter alltid från Skaraborg. För vi kan spela fiolioliolej. Vi kan spela basfiol, karusell. Och vi kan dansa bom för alla, bom för alla, bom för alla. Vi kan dansa bom för alla, la la la. För vi kan spela fiolioliolej. Vi kan spela basfiol och flöjt. Och vi kan dansa andra hållet, andra hållet, andra hållet. Vi kan dansa andra hållet lika bra. För vi kan spela fiolioliolej. Vi kan spela basfiol och flöjt. Och vi kan dansa andra hållet, andra hållet, andra hållet. Vi kan dansa andra hållet lika bra. Bra.
This was really fun to see.
Yes, this is the first time. We've been to Sweden many times, but this is the first time we've seen Swedes, all the Bilden Swedes, celebrating midsummer. For the Swedes, celebrating midsummer is a big thing.
Så går vi runt kring en midsommarstång, midsommarstång, midsommarstång. Så går vi runt kring en midsommarstång, tidigt en söndagsmorgon. Så lurar vi när vi till kyrkan går, kyrkan går, kyrkan går. Så lurar vi när vi till kyrkan går, tidigt en söndagsmorgon. På era platser, klara, färdiga, dra! Heja! Mina damer och herrar, får jag presentera Barney Sigrud!
the party ended and it's time to do other things. And visit the post office museum at Vassbacken. This ferry is on her way from the shipyard in Finland, where she was built, to Kristiansand in Norway. And then Diana passed by on her way west to Gothenburg.
Not feeling anything at closing time, but tonight your memory might be much too sore. Couldn't drink enough to keep you off my mind. Tonight the bottle left me down. Han håller efter tonen. Come around. Go on to a friend I thought I found. Tonight the bottle let me down. Ja, buckle up and down. That's the thing.
The other boats are leaving, and it is also time for us to leave Vassbacken. The marina is empty. Yeah, that was Vassbacken and midsummer celebration yesterday. That was fun.
Yeah, it's a fun day. We heard so much about Midsummer Fest in Sweden, but never experienced it. So this is our first time.
And now we are on our way further up
Yeah,
the canal.
we are close to Lake Viken. Before heading into Viken, we are going to enter the biggest lock ever. Just joking. It's 20 centimeters from this level to Lake Viken. It's a very small lift, 20 centimeters.
Before that we are going through Göta Kanal. That's a very narrow
Passage, yeah.
passage.
We have two boats in front of us, so we'll keep on following them.
We have to wait here until the other 2 boats have locked up.
The lock here at the Sjötorp is the only lock left on the canal that is hand operated. There's one lock keeper and a couple of tourists operating the lock.
The crew takes her turn in locking us up. Help opening the lock gate.
Trevlig sommar! Trevlig sommar!
So now we were heading out into Lake Viken, the highest point on our canal transit. We are now 91.8 meters above sea level. So we'll cross Lake Viken and head into our first downhill lock.
Here at Lake Viken, we meet Juno. She is on her way west to Gothenburg.
Så ligger den.
We have now passed Brosummer Bridge and are coming to a very narrow, very special area.
Yeah, we're approaching now Kindösen, narrow passage through the lake. As far as I can tell from the chart, the best thing to do is keep to starboard and follow the wall that has been built here. Så det går an til å ligge her.
Ja, det gjør det.
Ja, så da er vi
Da blir slusa i morgen.
ja, usikker på om det er ledig sånn som det var i Vassbakken.
Ja. So we go down the footpath to see. And find the canal shop. Towel with Göta Kanal. No available slip down in Forsvik, so we stay here. And go for a walk along Bilströmmen. The sun is going down and we are getting ready for a new day tomorrow.
We are just about now to enter our first downhill lock. Forsvik lock will be the first one going downhill. It will all be downhill now into the Baltic Sea. When entering the lock, we will first have to wait for a green light through a narrow channel. They must open the bridge. There's a bridge between us and the lock. Enter the lock, and they'll close the lock gates and pull the plug in the tub, and we will slowly descend. I think at about 3 meters, something like that. So let's see.
This is a very narrow channel, just think of it. Even Diana and the other passenger boats managed to get through.
Bare lag opp.
Looks like a vacant slip between the white and the blue sailboats. The crew readies the dock lines. Success in first attempt.
Ja, bare sett en fast forløpet der.
We always use a forward spring line when docking. This is a schematic of canal heights from Lake Vättern on the left all the way to the Baltic Sea on the right.
As you may have seen, especially last year, you've seen us on foldable e-bikes. The bikes we have stored here on the boat deck under this tarp. And then the bikes themselves are stored in durable bags. bikes themselves weigh some 20 kilos each. It's quite a weight when hanging over the railing, lowering down and getting up again. This spring I got hold of this crane. It's supposed to be used for sailboats, for lowering and hoisting outboards from the dinghy. But as you can see, the height from deck level at the boat deck up here and between railing is way lower than the height of the bag and straps on the covering the bikes. So before leaving home earlier this summer, I got hold of these extension tubes that will lift the crane itself 3/4 of a meter up from deck level and probably will almost clear this railing. To make this a sturdy mount for the extension tube for the crane, I will need a sturdy foot for the tube and something to clamp it into the support for the railing. Before leaving home, I made a pattern out of paper, then cut a support plate in scrap plywood. My idea is to see if this works. It will be kind of a mock-up. If it works, next will be to maybe during the winter have this made in stainless steel. Something like this. The tube will be inside here, stopping it from moving around. I'll add a piece of plywood underneath here to lift it slightly, like this. And then two. That's it, reasonably vertical, doesn't need to be that precise. So we'll drill 2 or 3 holes. This is a way more dense plywood than this. So it will be beneficial to screw into the dense plywood. So I will screw from the bottom up and into this ring. This is my handy scrap block of wood. I use it when I'm drilling, so I don't drill into the deck or something. This is scrap. Then again, make the screw fasten into the more dense plywood. Sturdy. To clamp it to the support for the railing, I'm going to use one of these U-clamps. It's something left over from a totally different project, but this is a stainless steel and I hope it will do. Washer. Oh, okay. Hopefully when I tighten up this it won't happen again. So next, before tightening up this, is to drill and tap a screw through the extension tube so that the crane will come only partly down through the tube. Use the center punch for the start of the drill bit.
And then this old lady, round 2 of Karlsborg, passes by.
I have drilled and tapped with an M6 into the tube so the crane won't slide all the way down. Like that, it won't come loose. Let's see. This is solid stuff. Then the proof of the pudding, try the crane on. Bye. Success! The boom of the crane has come up way higher than it was before we added this extension. When I got hold of these extension tubes, I knew they were not a perfect fit. The inner diameter of the extension is, I think, a little bit too wide for the crane. I'll try to mitigate that by adding a liner inside the extension tube. Finding a liner isn't that easy, so my best bet is raiding the galley and getting a part of a cutting board, kitchen cutting board. I'll curl it up to make it fit inside the extension tube. I'll lift that off. How far it goes, it hits the screw stopping. Not the perfect fit, but way better than it was. Job done. Well, almost done. Next, the last thing is to mount the blocks and the line we acquired when we were on our bus expedition in Gothenburg. For now, I'll make a bowline hitch. Maybe later on I'll splice and end into this. This is a nice screw. We have so many spare parts on board. We had a nice screw. I added that to the crane to make the line run straight on, doesn't hit the crane itself. Now the final test. Let's hoist one of the bikes down and up again. We will have in the meantime mounted the extension tube on the port side. We are at port side 2, so I'll try to hoist one of the bikes down on the dock and back again. And then over the railing, still not higher than the railing, but it's easy to get it over.
Both bikes are lowered down to the dock and we go for a bike ride in the Karlsborg area. We are heading into the old Karlsborg fortress. Wow, there is an old DC-3 Dakota on display. We have to take a closer look.
These are star radial engines, 2 rows of radial of cylinders, 7 cylinders in each row, so in total 14 cylinders, rated at 1200 horsepower each engine.
This actual plane was part of the D-Day invasion in 1944 and was later acquired by the Swedish Air Force. And we will head back home again. We will use this opportunity to stock up on our provisions. The bridge is lifted for a boat passing, and cars, bikes and pedestrians will have to wait. It's time to upload a new video, so we are hunting some internet, and we think it is in here.
Did you like this show? Please consider subscribing and hitting the like button.
Din